In the heart of what is now northern Nigeria, in the Hausa kingdom of Busa, lived a boy named Koffi. At just 10 years old, his life was filled with laughter, family, and the rhythms of tradition. One moonless night, raiders came. They weren't Europeans. They were fellow Africans, part of a local empire, armed by European traders, seeking slaves to sell in exchange for guns and cloth. Koffi was dragged from his hut, tied, and marched for days. He wasn't a prisoner of war. He was a child stolen from peace. In Wida, Koffi was branded and sold like livestock. His buyer, a Portuguese merchant loading ships bound for Brazil. Koffi ended up in Wida, a booming slave port. Here, he was sold to Portuguese traders. Alongside hundreds of others, he was branded, shackled, and forced onto a ship called Esperança. For days, Koffi marched through forest and heat. He wasn't a prisoner of war. He was a child, stolen and sold. The ship Esperança crossed the Atlantic with over 300 slaves. Men, women, and children crammed into wooden decks. Nearly a third died. Koffi survived, barely. Koffi grew up as a slave in Bahia, Brazil, cutting sugarcane under brutal sun. But he never forgot who he was, a child of Africa, of Busa. And he never stopped hoping. His name was erased. But his memory wasn't. Centuries later, Koffi's descendants would trace their roots back to Nigeria. His story, like millions of others, had been silenced, but not forgotten. Today, in places